sister, and we went. Oh, okay. And and we were. My mom was playing some music, and we were all singing the Backstreet Boys. And then we were driving to my grandmother's place, and then I started singing for the family. Because my mom and me were proud of my non-existing, but back then existing English proficiency. So nothing but just singing English songs. I mean, I was a child, so yeah, it was this connection with my mom, my sisters, singing, and family. I think that was the biggest. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Paco. It really brought me back to that car of that whole family singing Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, I
miss it. You still have a beautiful voice, Paco.
What? Sorry?
You still have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. If I sing, it's gonna disappear, but like this maybe sounds nice. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you. One more? Come on, don't be shy.
Okay, I can go. Okay. Yeah, so for me, it was not such a specific memory, but more like really the feeling that I had when I was outside in nature, which I went after school, always was spending my time there, and I really just love being outdoors, and I could spend hours and hours, and it's like it was timeless, and yeah. One memory that did come as I connected to that was playing football with my father and my brother. We played a lot of football in our garden, and yeah, those were really happy moments. I actually felt very energized in my body and good and joyful. Yeah.
Thank you, Marjorie. Yeah. Well, I think we got warmed up, and let's get started. I'm gonna just share the screen with you. This is a statement, you probably hear all the time. This is how things are. If something isn't in the picture, it's not going to happen. Today, we're actually in the space to envision a better future. But when we are actually start dreaming, imagining, this is the kind of voice we probably hear other people telling us, or we hear ourselves telling us ourselves. But it's not really the case. Our life is not really a frame that's hung on the wall. It is rather something like this. That was probably how the things were, but then the choice I made influenced what's happened next. And so what's my hope, and how can I be active in moving towards that hope? So this is the way of conceiving reality and seeing existence as a really kind of evolving storytelling rather than predefined. And because we can never really know for sure what's going to happen in the future and how future will actually turn out, it will make actually more sense to focus on what we'd like to see happen and do our bit to make it more likely to happen. And this is what active hope is all about. And this sentence actually comes from the book Active Hope by Joanna Macy and Chris Stone. And so they have been a big inspiration for me in a very difficult time that we're going through right now, we're experiencing right now, and never really give up our hope, but really start to dream about that hope from now on. So this is actually the framework we're going to be using today. I already also shared on the Mighty Network bulletin board. So what we will do is we're going to interview each other. So we'll pair up with another person in the breakout room again. I hope this time breakout is less messy than just now. Just I'm counting on you. So we'll just read the script. And you can see that the script is written in a way for self-reflection. But when we actually interview the other person, we'll change it slightly. For example, we'll see person A will start by saying, look at the future we're heading to. what does your concern include? Then the person B will actually answer that question by saying, my concern includes something, something, something. So as we go, continue, the story, the script will probably become a little bit longer, but it's a really important process for the other person to really think about and imagine and dream and how this all come about. So I go through text with you. So you have to take some time to prepare yourself to step into that space of seeing from our hope. So what inspires me is, third, facing my concern, what I deeply hope for is. So this is you look at your hope and daring to let it into your awareness and your imagination. And imagine that your hope has come true and everything worked out. The next step is picturing yourself stepping into that hopeful future. Here, we're gonna involve some play. So if you had 2 chairs, try to change from one chair to another chair to imagine that you step actually into that hope, the future. Or if you have some props, a cushion or something, you can just hold that cushion and say, okay, this is my time machine. I travel into the future, to make it more playful. So stand in the place of your hope, and how does it feel like to look from here? What can you see and hear or touch or feel and smell? And what do you like and love about things work out this way? And then now from this place, look back to the previous place, previous chair, where you are right now. Identify something from this period, like 2022, that make this hope for future possible. You can say, one of the things they did back then, they refer to the people around you, was the following. Then the next step, now remember that you were one of those people and ask yourself, how did I find the strength to act? What sustained me? How did I nourish my capacity to play my part? So the last step is you return to the chair you sit in the first place and bring along your sense of change in this potential timeline and consider what role you would like to play. And it might help you, this change to come about. So you can say, something I could see myself doing is the following, or I could help this happen by the following. Is there any questions? Hannah, can I invite you to post this 7 steps into the chat so everybody has a script? Any questions so far? So each person will have about 12 minutes to interview each other. And then when 12 minutes is up, and I will send a message and remind you to switch role. Is that okay? All right, Justin?
Yes, everybody has an invite, I think. Yeah, so what concerns me about the future is, I think, natural disasters that we're not really expecting, but there are many, I think, hidden somewhere that will, that we will have a lack of resources, and that will lead to conflict on several scales, including on my own. I think what concerns me is the issue of the threat of war, threat of having enough to eat. And those things concern me, I think, mostly.
What is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration, I think nature by itself. I think it's just amazing how natural systems seem to recover themselves with perturbations. Like, I think resiliency, as we, for example, look at our human body, that if we have a cut or something on our skin, it's crazy how then how our body naturally solves it, or how also our society kind of adaptively responds to COVID very quickly in a bit. So yeah. And then there's theory about complex adaptive systems that is talking about that, how that works, and that inspires me, I think.
Thank you. That's really beautiful. So, facing your concern, what do you deeply hope for? What do you actually deeply hope for?
So yeah, natural disasters are, I think, to start with, my concern is often an outcome of how we deal with nature. Not always, but quite often. And yeah, most of the threats, I think, are come from a human action. So on that, I hope that we'll end with this this greed of having more and more and more, and to extract everything and destroy everything, and also seeing, and yeah, related to the war and the conflict. And the same thing, I guess, is also is what I hope for, more this collaboration, that people see that they are belonging to gather and cooperate instead of individualize in the future. And yeah.
Okay, thank you. And picture yourself stepping into that future. Do you have something that help you to step into that future?
I will roll around with my chair a few times,
Yay.
and then I'm through the wormhole.
Okay. Yeah. Now,
Yes.
standing in the place that you have hoped for, what does it feel like? And how does it look like, actually, if you look around you? What do you see and touch and hear? And what do you actually love or like about things working out this way?
Yeah, I think if I see that I'm still in my home, but if I would like walk outside to this new room, to this new world, I would hope that people outside would just say hello to me, and just that you could maybe even that I would know my neighbors, and that we maybe work together on a shared goal. Active, that we are working on something more meaningful and having more deeper conversation about who we are and what the role in the world is. More about that we more deep reflective conversations, and that we are working together to replenish nature, I think, and to avoid pain, and just directly focus on people that are suffering, and animals that are suffering, and how we're actively balance ourselves in this world. I think that's still a bit started a bit with more physical experience, but then started a bit more to more abstract theoretical thing.
Yeah, maybe you can just look back into 2022, which is a long time ago, and can you identify something from back then that actually make this hope for future possible? Maybe you can say one of the things these people did back then was.
I think there's this nice movement now of people are working on regenerative agriculture, and just cooperating together, and yeah, trying just to actively make the work with their hands and make them dirty to make community gardens and plant trees. And yeah, that's something that I would still admire to do, I think, somewhere.
So, okay. Remember, you were actually back in 2022, you were actually one of these people. And where did you find the strength to act? And what sustained you? And how did you nourish your capacity to play your part?
I think finding the strength is to also be feel kind of certain about the about the fact that doing that supports my living and has kind of a positive well, yeah. So one thing that I can do that and yeah, feel secure and safe about my own future. And yeah, that's maybe also one of my conflicts now, is that if I will start to plant trees close to my house, that I'm not affecting people far away in a sense, but maybe indirectly. It's already 10 to 3.
Yeah, it's not easy to answer these questions.
No, but it's an interesting one though.
Yeah, perhaps just to answer the last question. If you come back to the present moment, 2022, just turn your chair the other way around, travel back. I have to bring you back.
Yeah, and bring the rest also back.
Yeah, otherwise you stay there. Yeah. So now we come back to the present moment, December 2022. What do you see yourself doing at this moment? How could you help the future that you envisioned happen? What action would you take?
Yeah, realize one of the business models I think that I've envisioned, to really work with the hands and then reflect and strategize again. But should we bring back the group, because it's already 9 to
Yeah, I'll close all the room now.
Oh yeah, are you doing that? Yeah,
it's quite easy.
But we can talk in the meantime. What was the question?
How did you actually make the future hope happen?
Yeah, we're really starting to do something to join maybe a project that's already existing with us, a lot of practical knowledge. So like an eco village or a ecological project. I also quite like the there's this Meer Bomen Nu initiative.
Hi, Paco.
Paco.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Right. Let's see. Yep, I think everybody is back. So how was it? How was the experience for you? Was it easy or difficult to go through those questions?
It was really nice. It was a bit challenging because we didn't have the questions, so it took a while to actually gather the questions. So yeah, it was like a little bit squeezed with time at the end, but it was beautiful to be able to share in this way and to just go, cut to the core with these kind of questions. It's a powerful process. Yeah, I mean, one I'm familiar with, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I see Paco raising his hand. Maybe share what you actually notice.
Yeah, I think for Subra and for me, I'll speak for you, but you can also say, yeah, correct me if it was different. But I feel like for both of us, the first question right away from the beginning put us in the correct track. So from that track, we're able to find the deeper motivations, everything. So I think it was quite inspiring, easy, slash not really nice discovery. But those many things were not in the consciousness yet. But it was through conversation we accessed that, and we realized also how both visions help each other. So that was nice.
Thank you, Paco. Yeah.
Thanks.
Brad, do you have anything to add?
Sure, yeah, definitely agree with Paco. And it was so much natural to get into very deeper level of answers. And I would say these questions were challenging, but the conversation made it easier to get to the answers. And it's just important to speak to another human, and in Paco, in this case, Paco for me and me for Paco, that we were able to get to a very deeper meaning of these questions.
Can you share a bit of the context? What was the future that you were thinking of in the path?
Sure. You're asking me, right?
Yeah,
Justin?
sure.
Yeah, sure. So our problems, we took two problems, two concerns. For me, it was human connection in the physical world, and my concern was coming from humans were so much dependent on digital devices that we've forgotten the value of physical connection. That was my concern. And Paco, correct me here, Paco was concerned about the education system, which was forcing things on the students, and as a result of which people are losing their own original thoughts. And these were the two concerns which we had. And probably two second or third questions, we were finding it a little bit easy, and we are just enriching each other. And probably after third question, we found that there is a connection between both of our concerns. And let's say the concern of human connection. Human connection comes up when people learn to express themselves, and people learn to express themselves when they are taught in a free way. They were taught the value of art, the value of expressing their own emotions. And these are deeper things which came up because we started talking through these questions.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'd like to hear
Sure.
few other people to share their experience.
Yeah, I would say agree with what Marjorie said. There's not enough time. I would say it helped for my side. It helped formalize things in how I've been doing the work. So to give voice to, oh yeah, this is already what I'm doing. And why for me healing is very much important part of it. So it's nice to have that validation through this exercise.
Thank you, Lana. Yeah. Anyone else? Christian, Anna, do you want to share something? What you experienced?
Well, it was a really nice conversation. Although we didn't know each other, it seems like we came right through to the essence. Yeah, and both stories were similar. Actually, for me, they were similar, and yeah, it felt natural. Although it was a list full of questions, it felt quite natural. So that's good. I don't know, Eva, what's your experience?
My experience is the same, and although I'm 20 years older than you are, I'm hopeful that a lot of people have the same thoughts and desires and hopes for the future.
Thank you, Eva and Christian.
Yeah, it's true. So I this even on the memory of the childhood, it was quite similar with everybody, and the expectations for a good future are also quite similar. It goes to nature and collaboration, or around the topic of nature and collaboration. I guess, I assume a lot of times, and also it's a very interesting thing to speak to somebody you don't know about this, to open up, and it's
yeah.
Interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, I know this is like crazy short amount of time for such a really deep list of questions, and this is really just the beginning of such a conversation to start. So I hope you can take this framework with you and practice at home with your colleague, your friends, and it's always a fun thing to do. And I also enjoy it very much, and to find a commonality with all of you, even that we all come from different countries, different kind of ages, and we share a very similar kind of childhood memory, and we share a lot of pain in common. And we also envision a very common sort of future together. So this is really beautiful to hear. Yes, Manuela, and that we can't hear you, but I see Manuela said the question become more and more hard to answer. Okay, yes. Anybody resonate with that? Raise your hand. Yeah. So
the last one was.
Yeah, I did an interview with Justin. He couldn't answer the last two questions. So I'm very conscious of the time. We have reached end to the conversation, the meeting today. So maybe we can all say one word to check out. And I see Marjorie already have a jacket on, ready to step out of the house. Maybe Marjorie, you can start with one word.
Yeah, sure. I'm grateful to have shared this moment. I need to get my little one at school, but yeah, thank you so much. Sorry, that wasn't one word, but I just okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
I can go. Grateful.
Gelukkig.
Surprised.
Together.
Learned.
Hopeful.
Wild.
Synergy. Manuela said, thank you, Ala, nice experience. Okay. Thank you very much for this experience together. I really hope this is useful for you, and I hope to see you in the near future for the future events. So Justin, back to you, and this is how you got started.
Yeah, we still need the word from Subra, I think.
Yeah, I would say unending. I didn't want this to end.
Oh, unending. Okay, that's a beautiful word to end an ending. All right, enjoy your weekends. I hope to see you in the near future. Bye.
Bye.
Actually, one thing, Sunday I'm actually very possibly joining to Aardehuizen or something like that.
Yeah,
so
then we'll see each other in person.
Exactly. So maybe I will text you to know if you're going by train or something. Maybe I can join you guys already.
Where are you traveling from?
From Amsterdam South. I'm
coming from a different direction.
Eindhoven there.
You're from Eindhoven.
Yes.
You're joining us?
What? Sorry?
Subra. I'm asking Subra.
No. I wish I was in Amsterdam.
You are physically in India.
Yeah, I'm in Bangalore, India.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we are going to have a joint session with the Bangalore Hub very soon, and Hannah is in charge of that event.
Yeah, I actually initially signed up for that one. Then it got cancelled. Then I joined here.
Oh,
that's a different one, I think.
Yeah, there were two events, same name. I initially was I accepted that one, then it got cancelled, then I accepted this one. But anyways, it was beautiful to meet people from Amsterdam.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It was in Mighty Network. They have a major
Update
of the software upgrade, and a lot of things
Okay.
are lost along the way. So, all right. Great
No
you could make
problem.
it.
I
And
made new friends.
Yep.
Nice.
I hope to see you, Paco, on Sunday.
Definitely.
Great.
I really want. I wouldn't say definitely. Monday I fly to Mexico, so it's a little bit. But I will try my best.
Nice.
Hope
Good
to
nice
see
to
you.
see you there.
Otherwise, have fun.
Bye.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye bye. Enjoy.